Hi there, Artful card makers. This is my lesson 2 of week 1. For this little tutorial, I'm going to show you magical markers. And these are the cards that I've made with my marker backgrounds with some lettering. The marker that I absolutely adore with my Strathmore paper are the Tombow markers. It's a very, very saturated dye marker that reacts so well with water, and it just really, really loves the Strathmore paper. So with these cards, what I did is I just created this wash in the background, and then I colored up some bubble wrap with some little spritzes of water and created this pattern for just a simple little birthday card. Now the nice thing about having these papers, you can keep these little cards in your art area and just grab them anytime you feel inspired to create something. So just like you have your visual journals, you could just keep your little pile of cards and keep making backgrounds for lettering. And when you have the need for a card or a special occasion, you have a nice pile of colorful card fronts that are ready for lettering and for whatever sentiment needs to be used for a card. So to do this, I'm going to use a page out of my visual journal. I just want to show you how I did this border. I'm just going to take 2 or 3 different colors of blue, and the dark colors work best. And all I do is I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8 swipes on the paper because I want to get that ink absorbed into the page. So there's one color blue. I'm going to take a little darker color blue and I'm just going to edge the border of the card. Now you see I'm just doing very loose, no rulers, just very loose, because what I can do is when I just take my plain old paintbrush with water, this marker just dissolves right into the Strathmore paper. So you see that I've created this beautiful wash with just a marker. It's just a very simple definition of the shape of the card, which is just a rectangle. And I use the water to pull the color into the center so that this becomes the area where I can write or letter a quote or a message or anything for a card. And you see how that water is just spilling into the center. So what you want to do is you just want to let the water move the marker ink around. And look at this. This is marker. Oh my gosh, it's so great. These Tombow markers, absolutely, they just love the Strathmore paper. So this is a page out of my visual journal, and then it does the exact same thing on the card. So you see I just used that technique. I just framed it off with just a loose sketch of the shape, and then I just took some bubble wrap and just kind of tapped it in here. But you can see in this card here, so I'm just going to take this purple, I'm just going to swipe the marker because this has a really, really juicy brush tip. And like I said, the dye in these markers is just extraordinary. I don't really use any other markers for this technique, just because these are my favorites. So see how I just kind of tapped the color into the bubble wrap. So we have that. And then I'm just going to put a paper towel down. I'm going to give it a little spritz. And I am just going to pretend this is my card front, and I'm just going to lay the paper down, and I'm just going to press the card into the bubble wrap, and there's my pattern. How fun is this for a birthday card? Give it another little spritz and just tap in. Oops. You can even just tap the bubble wrap onto the card onto the bubble wrap, potatoes, whatever's good for you. So even this is a really nice pattern for a card for some lettering for later. So you can see that you can just take markers and let your markers be your paint and add this beautiful color to your cards for any occasions. So another really fun marker technique to make a background is to take a little piece of acetate. Actually, this is a page protector, just a little piece of plastic. You could use a plastic bag. You could use anything that is a slick, slippery surface. I'm just going to color this plastic, and I'm just kind of scribbling, but intentionally scribbling. I'm not scribbling crazy. I'm intentionally scribbling just to add some color onto this plastic sheet. Then I'm just going to keep it on my paper towel, move it there. Then I'm just going to give it a little spritz. I'm going to take my beautiful Strathmore card, which loves the Tombow ink, and I'm just going to set it down. Just going to press it like a print, almost like a monoprint. I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to pull off the plastic, and then I have this wash for a background. So now I'm going to take this corner of the card, and there's still some beads of ink left on the plastic. So I'm just going to take the card, I'm just going to press it in there. And there it adds some more texture. I can also give it a little spritz with water, and you see how the water just migrates. But these watercolor cards love the water, they love ink, they love watercolor, and they absolutely adore the markers. I just want to let you know that you are just fabulous and simply amazing for trying all these techniques. So I'll see you next time in week 1 for lesson 3.